whole family, and they said literally this machine, the Bio High Tech, it's eco-friendly digest. You can look on our YouTube and find it. It takes everything, but maybe like forgetting, not including bones or something. It takes most food that hasn't been used, and instead of putting it into a landfill, which will create leachate and massive methane pollution, they put it into this machine that turns, and it's probably like this big, about $40,000. You can lease it, and they make it smaller for school and other smaller towns and things. But it literally, you put in bacteria, and that liquid bacteria eats everything away, and guess what happens? It goes into the plumbing. A liquid, not even a sludge, let's just say pure liquid. It's like really viscous, really almost like water. And so all that pollution is avoided. There's no truck hauling costs. And I think about recycling, and I think about, I literally outside of the school, field somewhere I work, I pick up stuff up every day. And we're a very clean community. It just so happens there's just always, a little bottle, there's always something. Like even over here, you see like, a little wrapper, so I think about that, or this is actually a shred. It's probably from the recycling plant, actually a shred of a Gatorade bottle. But I think about that, and I think about, like, people have big ideas and they think big, and that sometimes can just check people out. Like, what can we do? We're talking about local vote. So what can you do to inspire your voters and inspire your community, or not even inspire, just advise and help make it realistic for them to take small actions that will create a better environment, right? Would it be, how can you improve the recycling program? Or like, I'm just curious, like, what are those small things that you're like, oh yeah, I can do that,
Well, I think the biggest thing I can do, and also if I'm elected, what I can do is reach out to the voters and empower them and let them know that this is their process too, this is their community. It's not just elect your representative and then leave it alone. Be an active part of the government. Voice your concerns, voice your opinions. If you need more recycling, let people know that that's the case. If you're unhappy with the crumb rubber fill that's in the soccer fields, let your representatives know, because that's all how you can participate in government.
That's phenomenal. And they can reach out to you via email, website page, whatever,
Facebook,
right?
yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
and that's just Kari Solomon on Facebook, or is that?
You can reach me at Kari Johnston Solomon on Facebook, or my campaign is Solomon and Zitelli for council.
Say that again.
Solomon and Zitelli for council.
Solomon and Zitelli for council. Anything else that you like? I think that we should talk about. I'm thinking about trees, thinking about planting more trees. That's a lot of trees. Thinking about recycling. What about alternative energies? Is there like a big push for solar or wind in your community?
Well, I think one of the things that you look at in municipal government is you have this great opportunity. And my family and I, we went to Seattle last year for vacation, and that's a city that has really put environment at its center and said we're going to do everything we can to preserve our beautiful open spaces and to make sure we don't pollute them, and that we have this beautiful area that we're in for a long time. And I think that's what we can do as a municipality, is put open spaces first. When we do zoning, make sure we're zoning and protecting what open spaces we have left.
Love that. Putting open spaces first, and you're looking at zoning, making sure, let's continue to promote industry and have homes for people coming in and out, but let's have almost like a central park. Like, let's have that core, this is land that's for the whole community forever.
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
phenomenal.
And protect that, and also do what we can. If we want to, we can incent people to compost, or that's everything that can happen at a local level. You can incent people to do solar. You can look at solar for municipal buildings or schools, and see how you can impact change in that way.
And reduce the taxpayer's burden, or if you don't reduce the taxpayer for education in this case, and all public education is thankfully funded by taxpayers, instead of paying X amount of dollars for fossil fuels burning and powering that school, that electric, and the heat, wow, imagine if we can have X amount of solar, reducing that cost at 10, 20, 30, or even more.
Absolutely.
And then it can be spent on your children. You're representing the parents that are having wonderful families here. That's a win-win. Yeah. So maybe Montvale could be, become one of those greenest, northern New Jersey towns. I don't know of any.
Be one of those communities that people look to benchmark. That would be great.
One of those communities you could look to benchmark. That's beautifully said. I like that. That's great. Well, Ms. Solomon, I thank you so much for taking your time speaking with us. I think that
thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because I think sometimes I get caught up with the big picture, who those well-known people that almost have that, like, you're not starstruck, but you're like, oh wow, they're impressive, they achieve these things. And the most important people are the people who are representing us locally.
Yeah, your neighbors.
Your neighbors.
That are on the councils.
Right. So advocate to your councilmen and women. You know, run for local offices. You know, and you know that's a true democracy, right? It's an active participant sport. You can't sit by, you know, idly on the sidelines. And I think that, you know, Ms. Solomon, I really have faith that you're gonna win. And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Appreciate it.